Stream Elements says, Scorpwana is now live. Streaming Star Trek Online, all feed to battle stations. April 11, 2022.
All feed to battle stations. Bum, bum, bum. Fire. Belch. Boom shakalaka laka, boom shakalaka. Boom shakalaka. butterfly in the sky. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Ta-da! Hello, ladies and James. Belch. Oh, goodness gracious. Belching waffles. Oh, being slum. Things to know, ways to grow, reading rainbow. Oh, da, 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 da. He had the penile infection. Da dum 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 da dum dum dum. Honky tonk. Honky. Let's see how far. Damn, stretch it tall, son. Okay. Yes. Yes, we will beam up to the planet. And then we will beam down into space. I'm just gonna go straight into the Fleet Starbase, because why not? Transwarp conduit. Bit. Bip. 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 Is it that we come out of that? I mean, shouldn't it be like more tilted? I'm gonna go see if any more of the rooms are still tilted. Like, say for instance. You get close to it, okay. It does actually tell you something. That's good. They're good, they're good, they're good. Close to that. Okay, dock. There we go. Here we are. There we are. Here we go. Here we are. And there we go. As the game says, wait one damn minute.
Shit!
I love that. Science. Oh, goodness gracious, that was a belch. Fuck. Radio. Okay. What it is about anything, but I'm always getting like, not really crumbs, but just stuff around the mouse for some reason. Reason. See if anything's sold yet. Damn it, nothing at all. Angels without wings. Okay, alright. Okay, alright, okay. Alright, okay, alright, okay. Alright, okay, alright. Okay, we'll go over to Mikael then. Mikael? Meanwhile, while beaming up to Michael's ship. We are beaming up to the ship. Voth. Come on, y'all, get around me here, huh? Alright then, come on now. If you stay in there, you're dumb. The first one to beat me wins. Last one to beat me loses. What's the name of the game? I win. Carl likes his blade on him. Carl likes his blade. Flanking damage. Knight Rider. The shadowy flight of the dangerous world of a man who does not exist. No, he does not exist. He's a figment of your imagination. You're damn right, flanking. How you like them apples, mister? I'd like to thank you for being here, not there. Being here. I am the very model of a major modern general. These things you speak of, that was no minor difficulty. Red shirt. All the sounds of the 60s. Why don't we ride? Some his folks back east is probably saying, why don't he ride? Tee! Come on, idiots.
But you don't have to take my word for it.
Reading Rainbow. Ba-dum-dum. Hey, cool. Love it. I wish I could put some more sounds there. I think I've met 25 of 30 free sounds to put in the player at the bottom. Other than that, you have to use the exclamation point player, or exclamation point sound, which I have made free no matter what. That's right, I don't charge bits and all that bullshit for playing sounds. That's right. That's right. I'm always looking for more stuff to add to it too. Sound catalog. I really need to like have it where everything's located in one central location, like a place other than just a desktop or something like that. But then again, I'd have to change each individual sound or something like that to where its location is and all that. It'd be really difficult. Well, not. Duct tape across the mouth, yo.
Shadowwing 2019 says, greetings.
Greetings and salutations. How are you doing? You doing all right, mister? Mister? This is my damn ship, mister. Ha!
Shadowwing 2019 says, I can neither confirm or deny that I am.
Can neither confirm nor deny. Never confirm anything, always deny everything.
Shadowwing 2019 says, but I may be.
Ah. I say click. I say click. Skippity doo dah, zippity yay. My oh my, what a wonderful day. Ah, yeah. There we are.
Stream Elements says, at Scorpwana, you can find a list of all commands here https://streamelements.com/scorpwana/commands. Nightbot says, at Scorpwana the bot commands for this channel are available at https://nightbot.tv/t/scorpwana/commands.
// // Attack! Attack the centipede! Or something, whatever it's called. Perpede. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Scrambled that bacon. Da, 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 da. Yeah, da, 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 da. Alright, back to command center. Talk to Commander Arnold. Commander Arnold, the Wonder Years. What would I do if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up, walk out on me? Lend me your rear and I'll sing your song. Duty officers, full of duty. Admiralty. Admiralty versus Admiralty. $62, 28's good. Need something with like maybe 20 in the middle. 21. Whatever, yeah. Dude, that'll work, man. Alright, bro, alright. Alright, alright, alright. There. And you. And Neon. Pull in a random one. There we go. If I could fall in love with me, can't you see? You're everything I hoped for. You're everything I need. You are so full of shit to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 commendation reports to file to get fleet credits. Yay! Yay! Talking away. Oh, I don't know what I'm to say. I'll say it anyway. Today's another day to find you shying away. Oh, I'll be coming for your love, okay. Live April 5th through April 26th. Make first contact. How about no? I do not want to make first contact. Patient 0. Patient dildo. Impatient. Impatient. Mister. Yes.
Shadowwing 2019 says, I really should be leveling my Klingon XD.
What level is your Klingon? Dream. Dream, 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 dream. Dream, 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 wherever I want
Shadowwing
to
2019 says, 28 methinks.
Ooh, that's still a low number. Well, how long did it take you to get it to 28? How long have you been playing with it? Right-handed or left-handed? Circular motion. Let's see, what does 28 do? Rewards. None. Ooh, you're almost a Starfleet captain, though. Or, well, a Klingon captain. All you have to do is just get through 29 to 30.
Shadowwing 2019 says, not long TBH, but I've been sick, so my motivation is not there. ATM.
I gotcha, yeah. Yeah, whenever you're in pain, sick like that, and whatever, you know, you never really care much about the small things, you know. I know, like, whenever, like, you're got a nausea sickness, you know, it's almost like nothing really matters, you know. Stuff can always be put on the back burner. Because you want... Oh, I just belched. Wow.
Shadowwing 2019 says, well, I am in constant pain, so that is a wee bit different. FOT. Shadowwing 2019 says, for me.
Gotcha. Sometimes you just probably want to curl up into a ball. It's just nothing. Do you get any kind of relief, like, at all? I know when my mom was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis, they started giving her this methotrexate medication for it, and I could have sworn
Shadowwing 2019 says, so I don't know how blunt I can be here, but I will say yes and leave it at that.
Okay.
Shadowwing 2019 says, I will never take methotrexate.
Yeah, she had stopped taking it and went for more like this Plexus Ease stuff or whatever, and like some sort of vitamin things and whatnot, and supplementary stuff, and it's helped her. Like, she said whenever it started, like stuff started with her, it like was ankles, went to knees, worked its way up to shoulders, elbows, and then in her hands, and then it started messing with her hands to where it's deformed them and stuff like that. And she still gets like pains in her arms and things like that, and every once in a while, but it's not as bad or severe as it used to be because of the supplementation she takes for from that Plexus place or whatever it is. Starfleet Command.
Shadowwing 2019 says, I have chronic pain, RA and fibro, and an old injury that will in about 2 years cause me to be paralyzed from the waist down.
Oh my gosh. That sucks. It's like a slow working thing to... I'm so sorry for you.
Shadowwing 2019 says, death by 10 million paper cuts.
For real. That seems to be what life's all about these days. Operations, one of those, okay. Good deal. Did I do that? Yes, I did. Okay, now I'll go to the next character. Bingo. Let's see. There.
Shadowwing 2019 says, I want a DOA TOS tune, but there are no easy obtained T6 TOS ships I am finding.
No, you're not gonna find any easy ones to get to. I mean, let's see. I have the Temporal Light Cruiser, which is a T6, and I had to save up a lot of energy credits to get that one. In fact, I don't think there's really any easier obtainable ones out there, unless you want to spend. You can probably get into a fleet and get something of that era, but it won't be like original series, you know, because they only had so many different types of ships there. Was it maybe like 2 or 3 that they'd ever showed on TV? Because you want a girl to call my own. I want a dream lover, 'cause I don't have to dream alone. Alright. Here we go. Shot you in the face, Voith.
Shadowwing 2019 says, I am okay with Kelvin era TOS, but the overall aesthetic must be TOS.
Yeah, my main character's all about original series. I've got a mock-up version of the original series crew. You know, my main guy is based off of Kirk, of course. And I have Spork, who is the Spock's granddaughter or whatever I call her, and Kashoff instead of Chekhov. Shulus instead of Sulu. Shulu. What's another one of these here? Snotty instead of Scotty. Like to Snotty. I need more power, Mr. Hakusar. Hey, Captain. Hey, Captain. Hey, Captain. Well, okay then. We got the Rex already.
I'm giving her all she's got, Captain. If I push it any harder, the whole thing will blow.
Scotty. Snotty Scotty sat on the potty. Oh, go to the park. Uh-oh. City or park? City or park? It was park. Okay. I want a dream lover so I don't have to dream alone. Every night I hope and pray. I'm probably not gonna make it. Dude, why did that disappear already? Because I want a girl to call my own. Yep, there it dies. Freaking ball lightning shit. Damn it, mister. No choice but to go back to the other map. Because it's already started to do the Voth hourly thing. And so I need to have something right there to do that well. I tell you what. Shoot one of them, damn. Get in your Voth kills, lady. Mamas, don't let your babies grow up retarded. I'm not gonna get into your shit. Just hurry the hell up. Okay, gather it up. Thank you very much. Alright. We're gonna go here to outskirts. The outskirts. Guess we're gonna be over here anyway. Go forward. Huzzah! Yay, we ran over it. Nice. Oh, do do do, do 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 do. Oh goodness. Goodness Garcias. Now, I wouldn't start a TOS tune until they have the temporal recruit. That way you'll get some perks and stuff from it. Unless you've already done one and have it somewhere. So they start that back up again. That way you can get the rewards, bonus things, and all that nice stuff. Wappa wappa boom, wappa wappa bum, papa papa bum bum, papa 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 papa. Now over here, maybe this one's caught back up a little bit. We'll be like a minute left until it respawns every damn thing in the world. Yeah, about 40 seconds. Okay, close enough. Close enough. So remember, if you have any recruits and you've done some of their stuff, unlocked it or whatnot, you can take other tunes that you have over to your temporal officer, agent, or whatever on the first city for Klingon, and then Earth Space Dock for non-Klingon Federation or whatever, you know. Get those riches from that, which help out a whole lot. A lot, mister. A lot. Hi there, mister. Rudy Giuliani. Seriously?
The bots have returned.
Borat? Somebody made Borat. High five! Pamela Anderson. High five! That's pretty awesome. Got the Methuselah drone, let it go start killing shit. Because you want to go to call my own dream lover. Why is that in my head all of a sudden? Todo por tu console. Untold story of transporter accidents continues. Walla, 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 walla. Got it. Because I want a girl to follow me on. Methuselah back out, go back there, do this, do that, do this again because I got interrupted. Fiery ashes of space. Yeah, don't be standing over there in the bad shit now. You don't want to get caught up on all that bad weather. Hey, Fred. Want to get caught up on it, do you, Fred? You haven't seen the last of me, primate. Wonder if he says that to the Gorn. Uh-huh. 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 Got it. Get it, gotta. Do 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 do. Okay, there. Science. Plan all that out. Medical just has that. It's disappointing. Uh-huh. Yeah, just click on that. Didn't I? Hi, diddle. Time for a riddle. Squirtle. Investigate last known location of lost warriors. How about no? We're on easy street. The world ain't gonna change when you're on easy street. I come home in the middle of the night. My body says, when you gonna treat your life right? That's what I really want. To have fun when the working day is done. 21. Not enough. 48,000. Not enough. I need big numbers, yo. I need big numbers. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at 4 because they get kind of built up. Oh, that one's small. Alright. Over to the fleet for this one too. Some fleet credits. By turning in commendation reports at your fleet starbase. Oh, what fun. Even in Star Trek, there's reports. Kaboom! Falls asleep waiting for it. Okay, it's over. Doc Brown. Marty. Any day now. Goodness gracious. Great balls of shit fire and brimstone. An exocomp. Science. Oh, in progress 19. Oh, wait, yes. Oh, I forgot I did that. Damn. Okay, so in progress, let's see. We're gonna abort that shit. We're gonna abort that shit. We're gonna take that shit. Okay. 18. 19. 20. And that leaves 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. No slots. Ugh. Yeah, there's no slots there, but no slots. On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a partridge in a pear tree. On the second day of Christmas, my true love gave to me. Oh God, I love that. What a terrific audience! Wow. Okay, got that. In progress, only 19. I swear it had 5 of them on there. That's taken care of. None of it is sold, though. Going through a dry spell. The game is dry. Dry pudding. Dry pudding. O'Neill. The boring work. Who can take their finger, shove it up their ass? The Candy Man, the Candy Man, the Candy Man. The Candy Man can. Do 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 do. 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 Do 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 do. Boom, 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 boom. Dang it, I pressed the button. In a day or two, talking away. Oh, I don't know what I'm to say, I'll say it anyway. Today's another day to find you shying away. Oh, I'll be coming for your love, okay. Ugh. Ew. 4 or 5? Oh, they're still okay. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. Ed 209 is falling. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Ugh. The lithium grind is real, yo. The lithium. There we go. Activate propulsion. Propulsion has been activated. Firing phasers. Running wildly. Indeed I have, O'Neill. Indeed I have, O'Neill. O'Neill. Oh far, oh wherever you are. Come on, key it up. That's over there, damn. Sometimes it's in the middle of the screen, sometimes it's not. I really wish you would figure out what I wanted. It does not know what it wants to do. No, 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 no. It doesn't know what it wants to do. No, no, no. The sausage party. The sausage. Dr. Sausage. Miss Boris. Ra ra ooh la la, Roma ra. Oh dang! I got an Endeavor. Shit. What was it? Deal phaser damage ground. Crap. Phasers. Damn. I want all the Endeavor points or whatever to go toward Gary the Klingon, because part of his recruit thing that he has, I don't know what the hell it's called for the Klingon, is all about getting like 1,000,000 points for a certain perk or whatever, which means he has to be the one to get all those points. It's only like what, 3,400 is it? 3,200. Okay. So it'll be alright. It'll be alright. There's always more next day. Every day there's more Endeavors. I said the majority of the Endeavors to purchase them now. It's like it's not too bad, but you know it does cost a lithium, dilithium, which is not, you know, for those of us who don't care about skipping Endeavors, whatever. I'll do the Endeavor. Even if it's a challenge. I used to not do Endeavors at all. Whenever the Endeavor system came out, I saw it, I was like, okay, yeah, whatever. I'm not going to worry about those. Every once in a while, yes, we get like one of the Endeavor perks things or whatever pop up because of gathering so many points, but I never like chased Endeavors like I do now. So that's a good thing to do. When you get to the Endeavor leveling for a character, do it, because Endeavors are for the whole account, not just one character. They share the whole thing. I forget what level the Endeavor system unlocks. I think 60 to 60 something, maybe 50. Who knows anymore? I don't. Oh dang, I already did those. Accommodations, 30, 30, 30. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And what I'm doing when looking at that, these commendations are from your duty officers. And whenever your duty officer progresses and stuff, here's like, for here, audit application credentials, whatever. It gives away science experience. That science experience goes over here to commendations. It goes into this number here. So when you get that and you go to rank 4 and you're above the 100,000, every 10,000 of that can be taken over to your fleet account, or not account, but your fleet starbase, and filed as a report, which will give you so many fleet credits. It can be used in fleet projects and stuff of that nature. So it's good to have, like I'm doing right now. I used to not even really know about this or even care about it. I mean, I've filed a report before with my main character, but I was like, what the hell is this? And never even pay attention to what the hell it's doing. The hell, and broken record, okay. Starbase system. Goofy looking ship, but it's different, and that's what matters. I'm getting tired of all my characters having the same ship. The same ship. Lollipop. The dock. And then we run like Forrest Gump. Run home, Forrest. Oh, I ran, and I ran home, and I ran into a tree, and I broke all my teeth. He broke all his teeth. Okay, we need to abort. So there's one slot. We need 6 slots. We'll abort that. We'll abort that. Abort that. Abort that. Provide second opinion credentials by. No, we don't need that shit. Oh, that's a good number for that though. Right there, though, boy. Bye. Bye, you coming down there tonight? Bye. That should do it right there. Because 7 and 13 is 20. And that's how many you can have all day long. File commendation report. Science report. Begin assignment. Engineering. Begin assignment. Military. Begin assignment. Exploration. Begin assignment. Was that espionage? Espionage. Failed to start because it already started. Medical. And finally that one there. Okay. When that's all said and done, the sets over here. Fleet marks should gain maybe 800 or so. I forget how many it gives out. I don't know if it's like 50 fleet marks. We'll keep a mental remembering event here in our head. Try to remember 2293 is a number for fleet marks. 2,293, so 2293. If not, we'll just kind of remember to look at that tomorrow, and then whenever we go to clear out our in progress is when they're completed. I'll try to click on it and go like, okay, and then watch and see how many it changes by doing was just one, and that'll be like an average. If it's different depending, it could be like a thing, I don't know. I swear sometimes this game just makes up numbers anyway for things. It's like when asking, you know, if it's possible to know how much damage something gives off just by itself, and then you add this little thing, and there's so much calculating has to be involved in doing that. When you just like, where's my damn spreadsheet of information, you know? You know what I mean. Do you know what I mean? Hard no.
Well, to be fair. To be fair.
I'm lying in it, baby, do it, baby, boo boo, baby, da 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 da, do do do, ba da 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 ba da do. Yay, I'm by myself again. Nice, nice. There's nobody watching. Yes. Nobody picks and pool shots. Everybody pool shots. Klingon Empire Tour of Duty 710. We'll get to that. Let's see. Let's see. With my naked eye, I saw the falling rain coming down on me. 170. Okay. 72. Ooh, that dropped that one down. Look at that. Plus that, plus critical rating. Gave a critical rating there. So that gave it a critical? Really? Why? Ooh, why? Why? Why did you do that? Why? Information. On reserve. It doesn't really tell you bullshit. Okay. Ignores plus and minus from events. Okay, I guess that matters for this. So it ignores that for some reason. Alright, let's see. We'll click on this. And we'll not clear slot because reasons. Klingon Empire 7 of something. Okay, so it's 100 plus 30. Okay, so that's why it ignored it. That makes sense then. So we'll add it back. Alright. Here we go now. Here we go, bud. Here we go. Really need to pay attention to all this. Plus engineering, plus science, and all that bullshit. I never think to look at all that crap. I just want to fill the slots and just get it over with. That's all I want to do. That's all I want to do, you know, buddy. You know?
Everyone knows it's Butters.
Well, that's me.
Well, everyone knows it's Butters. Okay, we can go over to Jim Hadar Kirak. How are you doing today, Jim Hadar Kirak? Well, you know, I had 3 toes removed the other day. And why did you have 3 toes removed? Because that was really bad. I could not spell my name for nothing. Jim Hadar Kirak. He is Jim Hadar. He is a good Jim Hadar. He follows the path of the founders until he found himself fondling around with them. Ew. Fondling a founder. Oh my god. Sorry, I shut my eyes there for a second. In a cavern, in a valley, excavating for a mine, lived a miner, 49er, and his daughter, Clementine. Oh, my darling, oh, my darling, oh, my darling Clementine, you're lost and gone forever. Dude, just swallowed a bunch of snot. It's all good. Well, I had to get informed today that something I had said in front of child was repeated or told to a parent, and that said parent was upset about it. I can't help that I speak my mind. Is that a problem? Apparently so. So I said I would not do that again. I mean, the only thing I was talking about was like, you know, pollen season and it's how trees reproduce and stuff like that. I was talking to somebody about it. You know, just like the main thing or whatever, main point of all of nature and shit, you know, because they were talking about how pollen was everywhere, and I said, well, it has to be everywhere because, you know, pollen is pretty much like the sperm of the tree, and it's got to reach the little egg, so to speak, of the females and all that in the trees, and so it's like just tree sperm all over the place, you know. And apparently that was wrong to talk about in public. I'm so tired of public. I mean, I'm not mad at like my manager for having to tell me. I'm not mad at the district manager for forwarding the information to her, to my manager or whatever, but you know, people gotta lighten up. They all live in a little rock or whatever, in a little safe place, and they need to get out of it. We don't want people to hear that bullshit. No, I'm gonna pick my finger and put it in my own nose from now on, bitch. That's inappropriate. No, it's not. I don't know. I mean, if that is overstepping my boundaries of freedom of speech, I don't know what is. Flanking damage detected. Flanking damage detected. Damage flanking detected. Damn that flanking should get it. I mean, duh. You know. I like to try to educate people. I'm sorry. Shit. Don't be talking like that no more. I'd like to ask the lady that got mad about it and, you know, messaged the company saying, there's somebody up there talking like that. Yeah. We want our children to be ignorant, damn it. And innocent. There's no such thing as an innocent child. Which reminds me, I need to, now that is running too damn fast. Run, bitch! Okay. There you go. Fire at it, buddy. Fire at it, little guy. No, wrong thing. Don't no, not those. Shit. Okay, well at least we got some shot out of it. That's nice. Okay, never mind. Continue, little guy. Continue. To park outskirts. I mean, like, you know, if people want to get anal about talking about tree pollen being sperm, then I don't know what the hell they want. They need to go lighten up.
All 3 silos are under Allied control. Excellent work.
I mean, that's what it is, you know.
The bomb fortress is
What do? You tell people, oh, pollen's yellow, and if it gets into water, that's like lemonade then. Yeah, so that's how lemonade is made. Let's ignorantly, you know, teach the children wrong. I mean, one of the things I would teach if I had a child, I'd tell them straight up, like, you know, what stuff is all about. I'd be one of those people who say, okay, there is, you know, the thing about Santa Claus or something or whatever, you know, and but just, you know, keep it to your damn self. Don't give a shit to anyone about that. You can choose to, or you can choose not to. I don't care. Whatever you want. Just don't do drugs. Just stay away from parties or some shit. I don't know. What the fuck. Stay away from people that make no sense. It's like today when a customer came in and wanted some of those top rolling papers. I wonder what he's doing with those. But he didn't give me like a solid sentence, you know, of what he wanted to see. Got a roll paper? You're like, what? Roll paper. Like, what? Roll papers over there. Roll paper. Like, oh, rolling papers. Okay. Yeah. I said, which one do you want? How much of top? I'm like, what? How much of top? Mission tops? What? I said, we have these and we have these and whatever. He goes, how much is that? It's like, okay, I'll tell you. I said, the zigzags are $2 and blah, 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 whatever. And the tops are blah, 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 whatever, you know. And I spoke coherently, and he's like, okay, I'll take some tops that's cheap. Like, okay. I guess you said you'll take some tops because they're cheaper. Yes, we'll assume that's what you said, sir. I said, please, I want some sentences. I want something to sound like a normal sentence. I took English in school and I failed at it, but still, I know how to say things. I swear, comprehension. Lost to the edges. Lost to the ages. I'd hate to know what like the future of the English slang, or well, any language really, because slang seems to be taking over proper language skills these days. Lol. BRB. And all that bullshit. Right along my automobile. It's like people say, for real? You're like, yes, for real. Not for fake. Not unfor real. Blake Clark, the comedian, he was on you know, Home Improvement and 2 and all that. He always had like this joke about Southern people and saying the word fixin'. You know, it's the same as saying about to do something, but instead it's fixin' to do something. I'm fixin' to go down there to the store or something, you know. Fixin' this, fixin' that. It has nothing to do with repairing anything. It's just a little slang saying for the word about to. Well, Blake Clark had like a little thing about did I just capture the wrong damn shit? I don't know. So I'm about to go work on something before I do anything. I'm fixing to go over here. You going? No, I don't want to have to work on nothing. Say what you're gonna say. Honestly, I wanna say you'll be brave. You know, when I worked at the other Dollar General before coming to this one, there was an associate that I worked with there, and we were talking about just, you know, some random stuff, and he said the word fuck. You know, as one adult would say, you know, if they were needing to. And this lady was offended. Even though we were nowhere near where she was at, we were actually in our break room, away from, you know, the public. And he was talking about something and just said that, but didn't say it loud. It was just, you know, under his breath or whatever. And this lady was mad. She calls like the district manager or Dollar General and goes to the district, you know, flows way down to wherever it came from, kind of thing. And the only thing my manager had said was the lady shouldn't have been listening to somebody else's conversation. And I was like, yeah. I mean, don't be lingering and listening to other people talking. Mind your own damn business, kind of shit. But no, you know, today's world, we're all like little babied by bullshit. People are butthurt over small shit. That you just say like the wrong little thing around them that they think is wrong, and all of a sudden you're the one getting in trouble for it. People need to liven up. If not, there's a knife right there, and the jugular is right below your chin and onto the right or left. There's more important things in the world to be mad at other than someone just saying one tiny word about nothing really that matters. Kids pick up on that. Well, the kid needs to pick up on it. I mean, if you're going to school, right, you're learning about the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees. You need to know these things. Pollen is what makes things grow into new plants. People have pollen. Maybe that's what I'll do from now on. Instead of saying the word sperm, I'll say pollen. You gonna go to the pollen donor? Yeah. Go pollinate that flower. Oh, goodness gracious. This is like turned into a nightmare. Stop it, man. Stop it. You know, for that to be immunity or whatever, they sure can kick your ass. Which is really wild. Steve! Alan! Steve and I are laying here together the same way, Alan. Alan, come here, Alan. Well, you're about to die anyway, Alan. Okay. Alright. Come on, let's go. Alright, we're gonna go full blast speed in this thing here. Turn on our little ship. We're gonna put on our brakes. We're gonna turn on this here. So they shoot at each other. And of course that didn't affect a damn thing. Sabotage. Where's it? Sabotage. You know, it's almost like when I worked at Family Dollar years ago. This was like maybe 12, 13 years ago. And a lady came in. She said she had just bought some sort of a toy for a kid, and it said that it needed D-size batteries. And I said, she said it needed batteries, and I said, what size batteries? AAA, AC, D size or whatever. And she's like, I think D or whatever. So we get D batteries, and I hand them to her. She pays for them. She leaves, right? Well, like, you know, a week later, I find out that this lady called in on me because she said that I asked her what size bra she was wearing. And said that it looked like it'd be a D size. And I was like, that's not how that conversation went. So I wonder to myself, do people, if you are having a conversation with about something, do they just hear something else? It's almost like, I swear, when just working sometimes, especially the previous place I worked at, and you point at something and say, hey, that bottle of water there is just sitting out on the shelf. And someone looks over there, will they see like a soda can or something instead of a bottle of water? Do we see the same thing and call it the same thing at all? Is our perception of reality just shifted to each other, you know? Like words, right? What if saying the word banana, someone hears the word apple, but we all both know what it is because in our head it's a certain object? Like, for instance, a spoon. Do you know what a spoon looks like? Can you describe a spoon? Some would probably describe it as having 4 fingers that stick into things and they bite off of. Well, that would be a fork to most of us, but to some it may not be. Of course, them saying the word for, what if we interpret that as round and dome-shaped? Who's to say? Who's to say? Perception of reality I swear it shifts. Some days I'm like, all right, what are we doing today? You know, me, and I'm thinking, okay, what did my other self do when they were right here, and or something. Fleet Starbase system. Like, you know, say there is another of you out there in a parallel world. You're doing about basically the same thing, except let's say you have something set on the corner of a table, but in the other reality, it's set in the center of the table. Well, you know, you go to sleep, you know that it's on the corner. But when you wake up, it's in the center. You've just shifted into the other reality. Your other self shifted from their reality to your reality. So to them, the centered item is now in the corner. What if that's possible? I think it is. Deep down, I think the universe is broken, and we help break it. We break it every day by being more stupid. My stupid. More. Myron. Myron that as it develops. Myron. That's kind of just the wild thing, though. Like, I could, like, for instance, at work, so someone would say, hey, look at that over there and clean that up because that's a mess, right? And I would look at it and say, what's a mess? What is the mess over here? I'm thinking everything is straight on the shelves. There's no empty spots. Nothing's on the floor. Everything's dusted. Where's this mess? Why am I not seeing this mess? And people are like, oh, you don't see it? No, I don't see it. Sorry. I guess I'm not dumb. But the perception of things, I think, is off. People see it differently than other people see it. Some could probably look at a flower and think, oh, look at that dead-looking thing. You're like, no, it's got petals on it and everything, and it's shining and fluffy. That's not fluffy, it's dead, you know. And they're seeing it like drooped over, and you're seeing it straight up. You're like, how are we seeing two different things at once? Who's right? Nobody's right. There you go. That whole agree to disagree thing. Damn it, I say if you're right about something, you prove that shit right off the bat. You go to the extreme, you go to the ends of the earth to prove that you are right about shit. You don't worry about, like, hurting feelings or anything like that. You say, okay, this is it. This is how it is. It's how it always was. I don't know how you came up with this wrong information, but here's the correct information. Just shove it in somebody's face. Let them fight it out, too. I don't give a shit. It's like the accident or whatever that happened in front of our store, or on the side front or whatever. These people like drove into a ditch. There's like a piece of the side, like shoulder of the road there, like next to the pull-in area. That, you know, they just didn't make the turn or something. I don't know. They flopped over, and everyone said, "Well, they're okay. They're awake or whatever." I'm thinking, okay, well, they're okay. They're not in pain. They're probably freaked out, but they're alive. And so, you know, everyone's freaking out, going, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And they're looking at me, and I'm not freaked out. I'm calm. I'm like, okay, well, it's over. I mean, they're okay. Who gives a shit now? You know, that's just how I am. I'm stupid or some shit. Oh. How many, let's see, roster. I mean, I know that I'm disconnected from reality. More so than a lot of people are. But does it really matter? I mean, are they like the, the first people that ever do stuff like that? I mean, it's like where I live in the South area, it rarely snows. So when it does, people are like, oh wow. And I'm thinking to myself, have you never seen it snow before? Did it not snow last year too? Or, this one's the one that gets me, like, rain. They're like, oh, it's going to storm tomorrow. It's going to rain. I'm thinking, is this the first time it's ever rained? What are we so excited about? What are we nervous about? Have you never been through rain? Oh, it's going to get bad. Ooh. Yeah, everything's always going to get bad. Who gives a shit? Get over it. Of course, I was always one of those people, if it were storming outside, we'd go outside and have a video camera and kind of just stand there in the middle of it, because I was stupid. It's like when, people think you don't know certain things or information about stuff, and they tell you. You're like, uh-huh. Sure, yep. Yes. But you let it ride. You're like, okay, well, whatever, no problem. Ooh, look at that. And, let me go up to the ship here. It's like this game. I mean, I know, like, some stuff about it. Do I retain this knowledge? No. I forget it for some reason. I don't know why. It's just not one of those top priority things that I keep in my head all the time. Of course, I've always had a comprehension problem, even growing up. They tell you, read that book. You're like, why? Well, read it. See what you think about the story. I said, well, I've read every word, but what story? What? It's almost like whenever I was working there at the other store, and so I was the only guy working there at the time, everybody else was a woman, female, whatever, and they were talking about 50 Shades of Grey coming out. They're going to go watch 50 Shades of Grey. I was like, what's 50 Shades of Grey? Oh, you wouldn't understand it. Like, probably not, but what the hell is it, And so they got to talking about it, and they went to go see it, and I thought, well, I'll watch it. So I waited until like it came out to where you can watch it, and I watched it, and I was thinking, what? What's the story? What is this? What is this about? I don't know. And so I told him, I said, I watched it, and I said, oh yeah, what'd you think about it? I said, some dude that liked bondage. Said, you didn't understand her this whatever, and I'm thinking, her what? What? She was interviewing him for some reason about some shit, getting to know about his life or whatever, and that's what it was. She wanted to know. He showed her. It's over. Whatever. Well, no, you didn't get any of that, did you? You didn't understand any of that. I was like, understand what? Nothing happened. There was a bunch of talking. They went into his private room. He shared his secret of his obsession of some shit. She partook. And what? I still don't really understand what that movie's about. I mean, yes. Someone and some bondage. So then you're like, okay, well, here comes the second movie. Nothing. Was that the one with the car chase? Who knows? I can't remember. I tend to forget traumatic events, and I guess that was too traumatic to watch. I don't know. But I'd also have a comprehension problem, as I've mentioned. You can tell me over and over. You can try to get my attention for some reason. I probably won't even remember half the shit you tell me. because I guess I'm narcissistic. I have no idea. Maybe I'm autistic. I think I probably got a little of that in there somewhere. But yeah, if it doesn't pertain to things that I want at the moment, I won't retain it. I will not remember it. I guess that's why I failed so much in school. The subject matter was not what I would want to learn. And of that subject matter that I did want to learn, I'd go right through it and get it done over, and that's it. Like I was always fascinated with like the human body and like the bone structure and all this kind of stuff. So in science, whenever we had the bone test, the teacher there, science teacher, gave us a study sheet of an average of like 100 bones in the body, like primary stuff. It didn't like get down to like the pieces of the brain or anything, or the pieces of the skull and all this, and each vertebrae or whatever like that. It just an average of what the bones were called, and how many, like just 100 of them. You're not going to go through all the bones in the hand and say, okay, there's this many. It was just grouping some of the bones up into certain things and what were they actually called and stuff. So I went over the information and retained it. And whenever it came time for the test, because I was always known for being one to fail everything, no matter what test it was. I was either making a low C, a D, or a high F, or whatever you want to call it. Because of the information, it was just bullshit. I didn't care about it. I guess I didn't care because I'm broken. Emotionally broken, I don't know. But whenever it came time for the test, I went through there. I found a pattern in the test itself. Like, the teacher had put things a certain way, and I found that pattern, and I got it right anyway, but I just thought it interesting, and I said, whenever I turned the paper in, because we had to like take it up there to the teacher's desk and like put it down or whatever like that, and I said, I recognized your pattern you used there. Very clever. And then I walked off, and they like looked at me like, oh, okay. And I made it like I aced it completely. And to this day, I still retain a lot of like what I had learned from that, because I thought it was interesting, because it was about something that was physical, that was always around you and everything like that. Like the metatarsals, metacarpals, phalanges, those kind of terms. Pelvis instead of, butt and whatever. Humerus, tibia, fibia, and all that kind of stuff, Just remembering that. But, whenever you talk to someone who doesn't know, you have to dumb it down to like say, oh, the funny bone, collarbone, finger, pinky finger. On the radius, what? That there forearm of you right there. It was just things that I was interested in doing. Like, at the time or whatever, Mortal Kombat was on my brain. It was like back in the early 90s. And I always wanted to make or have a Scorpion from Mortal Kombat costume to wear Halloween or whatever, And since I couldn't find one, make one. Well, in order to make one, I had to learn how to sew. So whenever we were in, I don't know if it was sewing class or home ec or something like that, or the options were available for like what kind of class you wanted to be whenever you're like in, pre-high school thing or something like that, or junior high and then high school. So I said, sewing. They were like, really? I was like, yes. So I went through the whole sewing thing, and learning about the sewing machine and the parts of the sewing machine, how to like, what the parts of everything were, and how to sew this, how to sew that. And then one day when it was before Halloween of one year, I had gone to my local Walmart and bought like fabric and needle thread, or not a needle and thread, but just the thread. And I looked at the teacher and she was like, well, today we're not going to be doing anything or whatever, so whatever you want to do, because it was like the end of the week and for Halloween, so a lot of people were out like decorating. They had the high school gym as like a like a thing to have a dance, a Halloween dance or some shit. And I was like, okay, well, can I use a sewing machine? She goes, why? What do you want a sewing machine for? Like, give me that whole like 3rd degree thing. I said, I want to make a costume. She's like, okay. Just don't break anything. I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna break anything. What the fuck? I know how to use this damn machine. So, I go over there and I put my stuff down, you know. I don't have a pattern because I'd never made one, anything. So I just kind of used my imagination. And within maybe like, this is like block scheduling we had back then, so it was like an hour and a half for each class. Within maybe 45-ish minutes or so, I was done with the base part of the costume and stuff. And the teacher came over there and looked. He goes, wow, what is this? And I said, it's a costume for Halloween. She goes, you just made this? And it's like, yeah. She goes, huh. Okay. Like, yeah. I mean, duh. I just made this. So I put it on, showed her what it was and stuff like that. She goes, wow, that's pretty good. Like, yeah. She goes, well, how'd you learn how to sew this? And it's like, I just saw it in my head and just did it. She goes, well, I hadn't taught any of y'all that yet. And I was like, sorry? No, I'm sorry that I figured something out on my own. I swear it won't happen again, son. It won't happen again, sir. No, massa. It won't happen again. So I made my Scorpion from Mortal Kombat costume that year. Just a basic tunic type thing, you know, with Velcro in the back to hold it together instead of anything really heavy duty. Padded it with I lined it with polyester and all that kind of stuff. Sewed it together real nice and to where it wouldn't like bunch up or anything if it got washed. It was really heavy duty type fabric too, like almost like a canvasy feel to it. And I still have that today too. It's in a closet somewhere. In the closet somewhere. So they were impressed, and then, you know, of course, we had the sewing machine, parts of a sewing machine test, and I found the pattern the teacher used in that too, because, you know, and plus I already knew the parts anyway. So when I got it done and stuff, she goes, "How'd you get all this done? How did you get this? Whatever?" Because I was always failing the class for some reason. Well, not really failing, but I had a lower grade in there because they'd always assign you to sew something or whatever, and you know, if you don't really care for what you're doing, then you don't really put 100% effort into it. It's just a true thing. So yeah, I got all the parts right or something, and she was really impressed by that. And it's like, yeah. She said, "Have you ever thought about?" I'm like, "No, I have not thought about it. I don't care about sewing stuff that doesn't revolve around what I want it to be. So never mind it." And then, you know, no sewing for years, up until maybe like 5-6 years ago, maybe 6. I'll go for 6 to 7 ish. Is when I was thinking, Mortal Kombat the movie. I have always wanted to have Scorpion's costume from that. So I, you know, researched how it was made, what it was made of, and I couldn't find any kind of pattern anywhere, so I thought, okay, I'll just have to create it. And I did. It's hanging in the closet right now. So much so, creating it sparked the interest of this guy that does it professionally, like every single year as a part of like how he makes his money. Was interested in how I went about creating some parts of it because, see, if you look at the movie, you can see how things are created and folded and whatnot because there's pictures and you can like see certain key things in frames. And it was like the edge of the costume just folded over to, you know, to be thicker so that it stayed stiff, you know. It didn't like kind of collapse or whatever, you know. So to make up for how it was for this guy that created out of pleather, he would use like a little bit of rope in between like the sewing, like, you know, you sew like a little gap at the end of something, flap it over. He would put rope in there to make it stiff versus just using the fabric as a stiffener. And I used the fabric, which was also pleather. Because that's what they used. They used the light pleather. I used heavy duty though. I used like a polyester, or well, it's a like you make a couch or an actual chair out of, you know, something heavy duty, really good. And whenever I went to make the belt part of it, I used this folding method that just popped into my head, and it came out looking just like the movie version did. And he asked me how I did that, so I told him, you know, I used this. I cut this piece a little bigger here, folded it over, flattened it out, sewed on this side there, all this kind of stuff. I don't know if he went off and started using it that or whatever, but no, just by looking at it, you know, recreating it is not that hard. I need to go back and recreate the actual tunic though, because I'm not too happy about the way that came out, because the sewing machine was starting to break whenever I was creating that. So then I like sourced the forearm guards, which were just used as it was like a children's soccer shin pads, and that's what was used in the movie. And this guy had come across it, the same guy that did that makes costumes for a living or whatever. Every Halloween, that's how he makes his money, you know, like I said. And he had copies of them, which is, you know, you get that and just make a negative out of it using like a pipe of plastic or fiberglass or something or whatever you're going to use. And then you pour plastic into it or whatever you're going to do, and just, you know, you make a mold and make a copy. It's not hard. I mean, it just takes time. But so I got 2 of those from him and stuff, and fixed them to correctly. I fixed them so that they were correct to the movie, like how they were built and constructed, and they were fascinated by that too. It's like, how'd you go about doing this, whatever, like that. I'm thinking, well, first I had to shave off this that you had on there. I took the little straps off that you put on this thing, and I actually, you know, bought this, and then sewed it into the thing, like, you know, so they're actual sleeves instead of strapped on things, so you actually can wear them and not be hindered by a strap, and take them off real easy because they slide on and off, but they stay secure. And he's like impressed by that. I was like, okay, just pay attention to what the people are doing. I can pretty much like mimic a lot of things that, you know, people create or something like that, or learn real fast if it fits and suits my needs. You know, I'm not gonna like sit in a classroom of some shit that you don't have to do. Like when I was in high school, I did not take algebra, calculus, all this bullshit, because I was like, I'm not gonna need that. They're like, well, what if you go to college? I'm like, I'm not going to college. How do you know? So I'm like, trust me, I know I'm not going to college. And they thought it was just so odd that I wasn't pursuing something like that, you know, college or whatever. And I just didn't give a shit about going to college. So they had to figure out, like, okay, well, you need this many math credits for stuff or whatever, and so they put me in like basic idiot math, you know. Took geometry course, which that always fascinated me, like, you know, angles and things of that nature and stuff. But the formulas for all that, I don't know none of that crap. I don't use it. I mean, I create things in 3D. I script things / program a little bit, but I wouldn't say I'm even a novice at that. I'm not a novice. I'm not a professional. I'm nothing. I just can see what I want, figure out how to do it, and make it happen. That's all I do. I don't have a degree in all that shit. I do have a type of, I guess you would say, it's a degree in computer repair. But the way computers keep changing, I don't know shit anymore. I never really cared about the intricacies of the parts and, like, clocking, overclocking, this or that, or whatever evil bullshit. Like the innards parts of something. It's a damn processor, it's a heat sink, and a motherboard. What the fuck? That's all it is. Just match it up, install that shit, it runs. You know. That's all you need to know. You don't have to like go in there and configure the bullshit out of it, making it faster, slower, overclocking this, setting this to that, and blah, blah, blah. It's plug and play now. Who cares? You know? At least that's what I think. But yeah, getting back to that whole school thing. They even had like this thing. This is every Friday we could get out of class. Because again, we had block scheduling, which meant that for the first semester of school, we had 4 classes. These classes were an hour and a half long each. And then the second semester, an hour and a half long each for 4-hour classes. Aside from having, say, 7 to 8 classes a day at 45 minutes to an hour or whatever, you had, you know, twice as long ones. So you get your work done in school and wouldn't have to worry about homework or whatever. Or whatever you had to do, it took longer to you can get it done and ask the teacher for help, bullshit like that. So we had block scheduling, which made it easier to get things accomplished. And I completely forgot what I was going after with that whole speech, but it's over with now, isn't it? Because it doesn't matter. Oh yeah. Now I remember. Every Friday. For those of us whose parents did not attend college, we were able to go into a class or like a little group at the last 30 minutes of every Friday school day, out of our main class into this little classroom with others in our situation or something or whatever. And the whole idea was to help us get into college or whatever like that, you know, or pursue a path toward college. It was some sort of, I don't know, church-related college junk. Arkadelphia, in Arkansas, church college, I don't know. I didn't give a shit. I just knew we get 30 minutes out of class. You know, so I went in there. You know, they had this dude come down from there, was showing us all this stuff, talking about the college, blah, blah, blah. Every Friday, something. You know, and then they finally said, okay, well, you know, if you don't want to go to this college, what college would you want to go to? Write it down, and what classes you would possibly want to like think about taking, and all this kind of bullshit. So I wrote down Burt Reynolds School of Driving. And the teacher saw that, and she's like, that's not really funny. I'm like, it's kind of funny. I mean, you know, I'm not going to college anyway. She goes, well, you don't know that. You know, I'm thinking, I know that I'm not going. You can't tell me I'm going to college. If you tell me I am, I'm going to make sure that I don't go. You see how this works? And I said, I have no ambition to go to college. I told him, I said, I have no ambition to live life. I just said, I don't care about any of this stuff. And they would get sad. I'm thinking, why are you looking sad? No one should be caring about this stuff. I said, this whole thing's meaningless. I mean, you do things, you get what you think is some accomplishment, you die. Then you're forgotten. It's over. Who gives a shit? And I said, well, that's not a way to really think. And I said, it's true. I mean, you're not going to make any of that shit up, are you? So, yeah, went through all that, got out of school. Didn't go to college. But I did take Hardcore Learning Direct, which turned out to be Education Direct, which was a home college school type thing for a technical college thing, I guess you could call it. Where it's like, you know, teach you a trade or whatever so that you can do something with it. Well, everyone seemed to have thought that I was good with computers and whatnot, which I still to this day claim that I am not, because I am not. I don't know everything about computers. I hardly know anything about them compared to most people, yes, but those most people, they just are ignorant. They're below novice. To me, I'm a novice computer user. I can build computers, I can set settings, but I don't know everything about them. You know, I don't know like the deep down, like switching this over to this and programming that and like all this kind of stuff or whatever, because I've not had to do that. You know, so anyway, whenever I had graduated out of school, well, that's summer / rest of year, hardcore learning direct computer repair. My mom thought, okay, this would be a good thing for you to start up with. It only costs this or whatever. You get books in, you read the books, you learn the stuff, you take the test, you mail the test in. I'm thinking, if they have it where you can mail the test in, who's to say you can't cheat? Which I did not. I didn't cheat. In fact, I ended up writing, they called it an essay, but it was this extremely long paragraph, a set of paragraphs, about how their books and their information in the books was incorrect. They specifically only targeted like Windows 98, as opposed to the newer Windows which were out at the time, you know, like 2000 and all that kind of stuff that had come out. And one of the questions was like, how do you get to control panel? It gave you multiple choice. And it was one of those things like, is you know, how many ways or something like that you can get to there. And I chose to answer a certain way, but then I also added a paragraph to it, even though I did not need to and there was no room for it, but I still wrote it anyway on the test sheet or the test booklet. It sent like a booklet out. And I got a message back and saying, well, yes, while technically you can go to control panel that way, not normal users wouldn't use that method or whatever. Like, but you can still get there from that. I did that several times. I found like little flaws in their stuff and would correct their shit. And they didn't like that. But then also, you know, it was one of those courses where it says, you know, at your own pace, right? Well, after about a year of taking the course, they were thinking, okay, you got to hurry up. I'm thinking, this is not at my own pace if I have to hurry. But I ended up getting that. And the whole thing was, like, if you went through the whole course and scored good or whatever with it, whatever you're going to do, then you would get, like, this certificate of authenticity of, like, computer repair, a computer repair technician certificate is what it was called. And you would get references from, like, if you needed to get a job with it or something. Yeah, okay, sure. What the fuck ever. You know, ain't nobody. Where I'm at, there is no such thing as, like, a place where, okay, well, here you go. You know, of course, there was a guy that was at the time working on computers in town that I wasn't aware of. But his version of working on them was just people bringing them in and him like taking off Windows and reinstalling Windows, or his wife reinstalling Windows. Every once in a while I would hear about like, you know, he would, you know, take a capacitor out and solder a new one in or whatever. Okay. Right. Or someone would take their HP computer to him, and when they got their gateway computer back, they're thinking, this thing looks a little different. You know? Well, shit, yeah, he swapped up on you. You don't see it? But yeah, there's already like some people around that worked on them. Some of them like real cocky, you know, trying to like dog and discredit everybody else that's around, and then all of a sudden, you know, you get that business and people come to you because, you know, you're fair. And I was always too fair, which means I didn't like charge people just to look at their shit. There's one dude around that he would charge like $50 for you to bring your computer to him, for him to look at it, and then tell you if he can work on it or not. I'm thinking, that's a ripoff. I mean, you don't just, you know. So people would come to me and say, how much you charge to look at it? I said, nothing. So I would look at people's computers, and I would say, well, it probably needs this or that, and this needs to happen here, whatever, blah, 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 you know. Reinstall this, you got to corrupt this, new hard drive here, there, whatever. And I would charge like a reasonable price instead of like something just skyrocketing, so people kept coming back to me. And I guess that's how I made some money, not a lot though, for first few years after graduating. And then here comes, you know, like gallbladder surgery and all this kind of stuff, and had to take it out of there, and healing was not as fast as it should have been, and kind of lost a little business because of that, and which just wasn't much. I didn't expect. I mean, there was this one dude that needed me to install something for his diabetic monitoring, and his computer wasn't fast enough because it was like an old Dell computer, and the system specs of it were for like Windows 95, and this was already like 2000/XP time, and I just couldn't. I was like, dude, you need another computer. This is not gonna work. I mean, it's already too slow. And then the old guy in his 90s wanted to transfer all of his records over to the computer, and he had bought this USB turntable, you know, and I thought, oh, that's pretty cool. And I would go over there, like, to the dude's house to try to teach him how to use Windows and stuff, and I was saying, well, you know, I'll just do this for like maybe, you know, what's a good low amount? And he said $50 an hour. I said, no, that's too much, man. That's too much. I mean, no. Not to teach someone how to do stuff, because teaching people how to do things was fun. I like to see the look in their eyes when they get it. You know, I understood what a teacher went through, but I wouldn't want to be a teacher to kids, because fuck that. Yeah, I would go over there maybe like once a week for about 2 hours. You know, one day, 2 hours, sit there, show the guy how to use his computer, how to do this, how to do that, or whatever. And then I had that gallbladder surgery, and I guess the guy must have passed away. They didn't hear anything from him. And then people stopped really calling me around, like to work on their stuff, because it was fixed. I mean, if you fix things, then they can't come back, I guess. But they would, you know, I'd get a phone call or whatever, just asking me this or that. And then I went to work at Family Dollar. I mean, and when I did that, people would say, "Hey, can you fix my computer?" And so then I'd have to like schedule a time to actually do it, which would interfere with everything else for certain, like people doing this and that. So I'd have to refer them to someone else. You know, I'd say, well, you know, so and so in wherever can work on it. And he goes, well, last time I took it to him and he looked at it or whatever and fixed it, I had to bring it to you so you could fix it when he messed up. I'm like, yeah. And then they said, well, I don't want to take it to so and so because they're like a jerk or whatever, and you know, and charge too much. I'm like, yeah. but I said, I don't have the time. And I would like just talk them through it over the phone, like little things or whatever, and they couldn't get it. So I was like, it's going to be one of those you have to be right in front of the thing to figure it out, you know. That was me. I was just the figure-outer, mostly, you know, for a lot of people. And then whenever I started actually working, slowly went away from like the computer repair circuit and getting away from actually doing anything really with computers, just having one of my own and little diddling around the house kind of stuff or whatever, and the occasional person that would bring one to have me look at and fix for them or whatever, which was always mostly a software problem, or they'd get a virus, you know, wipe the drive, reinstall, okay, done, kind of thing, you know, save their shit and put it back on there, and tweak this or that, upgrade RAM, whatever. Nothing really major that really involved, you know, the average person really could not do. I mean, but yeah, kind of like fell out of all that and went to work at Dollar General, and kind of continued computer repair after that. Just a little tiny bit. Just a smidge. Nothing major. Then I got like that call from that Head Start Center that time. saying, I heard that you were good at computers. It's like, yeah, I guess I'm okay with them. I said I wouldn't say that I'm the best or anything, because I wasn't, and I'm not. Still, to this day, I am an idiot when it comes to computers. I will say that. Even though I know this about them and that about them, I'm not a perfect person for that. I'm a novice compared to everyone else, is what I would say. But this woman said that they had got a computer. It wouldn't stay on or whatever. It kept going off. And I went in there. It was a Dell. Opened it up. Saw that something wasn't seated properly. Whatever. It was like a RAM misseating. You know, it was there. It was being detected, but it would fault. You know, so I just would take it out of there, cleaned out the contacts and stuff, slid it back in, secured it because I could tell on the side because, you know, it snaps in. Well, the snapper was off of it, but it was in there, and it was kind of tilted. So I was like, oh, yeah, this is not seated correctly. So I seated that back in. Computer booted up. Ran fine. Was faster than whatever. No errors. No blue screen. And they thanked me. They said, oh, thank you so much. But one of the things that was just really odd, which I have mentioned this here before, their place, this is really not big enough for that right now. Their place was this little building with broken glass windows, little like a little brick window, you know, I mean little brick building, cinder block. The main room had one computer in it, when you first walked in. There was an office with a computer, and then a whole room that looked like it could be a classroom. You know, like a computer lab type room. Just with chairs scattered around and just junk on tables. Nothing really like computer related junk. It's like somebody just piled up just a bunch of rubble or whatever, just set it up there. And that's when I asked. I said, "Oh, what is a Head Start Center?" Like, that's what I asked. And she says, "Oh, kids come in after school, and we help them with their homework, and they take these tests on the computer, and that's how we get paid." I'm thinking, why paid? Why do you want to tell me you get paid that way? Like, you help kids. You shouldn't even care to get paid if you help kids. Like, okay, whatever. And they said, yeah, every Thursday we get a spokes guy comes down and he talks to the kids. It's like, okay. So then they asked me, like, you know, how much we owe you for this, fixing this? Because it only took me like maybe just a few minutes, you know, to do this, to fix the computer or whatever like that. And I said, no, don't worry about it. You know, I don't. If this is for kids or something like that, I'm not going to charge. I said I was heading this direction anyway. I don't mind stopping by or whatever to do this. And they said, oh, well, thank you. Well, then I get another call, like, you know, maybe a month or so later, asking me if I can come down by there and look at one of the computers because they can't get Microsoft Word to load up anymore. It says it said it had a problem loading an error message. It's like, what does it say? And it says, well, we can't remember. I'm like, okay, well, that starts out real good. Can't remember. So then I say, all right, when do you need me down there? And she's like, well, call us first. It'd be Thursday, so call us first, and we'll come down there and let you in. I'm thinking, you'll come down there and let me in. It's a school week. School is still in session. A Thursday evening after school, you'll call and let me in. And I kept thinking to myself, what about this person that's supposed to come by all the time and talk to these kids and motivate them for whatever bullshit reason? So I said, sure, yeah, I'll come down there, see what I can do to help out, you know, whatever, get fix whatever problem you got. You know, I don't mind. She goes, oh, okay, thank you. So I go down there, and I go up to the front door. It's closed, you know, it's closed down. This is like maybe 4:30 in the evening, because I had gotten off of work or whatever and went back by that direction. And I called and I said, hey, I'm at your Head Start Center, and I just need to get in so I can look at your computer and stuff. And So they're like, okay, well, I'll be right there, you know. And this lady like lived like right down the block or whatever from this place. And so I go there. She lets me in. We go into the office. She's like, well, here's the computer right here. And she turns it on. It goes in. It pops up. She says, whenever I click on this file here to open it up, it gives me this error message. And it was like an Excel thing or whatever. It says, trial has expired. I said, well, that's a trial period. It's expired. She goes, what's that mean? I said, well, when you got this computer and it came with a trial version of Microsoft Office, it was probably just for maybe 6 months, a year. She goes, yeah, it's been a year since I got that computer. I was like, yeah, well, the trialware, which only gives you so long for free, now wants you to buy it if you want to continue using it. She goes, well, we don't want to have to pay for it. I'm like, okay. I said, well, other than that, you know, you can't get it. She's like, oh. I said, there's a free version of Microsoft or like Office or Open Office out there. She says, is it just like that one? I said, yeah, you know, it's like this, but it's a little different, maybe a little different to learn. And then this other lady walks in. She goes, well, if we use that, how are we gonna get paid? I'm like, this is paid lady again. What the fuck, you know? So I removed Microsoft Office off of there. Installed Open Office, showed them how to use most of it, you know, because it's just the basic like Excel type stuff or Word or whatever like that, and Internet Explorer wasn't working correctly for some reason. I can't remember what the reason was for, and I got it working again, and it said, oh, now can we log in now? We can put our student information in there, and that's how we get paid. I'm thinking, here we go with the paid thing again. What the hell? And this is like a government thing. The government pays them money for this Head Start Center to help kids or whatever in education. And no one's ever there, because every time that I would need to go there for helping them for some reason, I'd have to call them first to let me in. Every time. And so you know, when I got that working, they were able to get on. They said thank you and stuff like that. Then I left. And as soon as I left, and this was a school day, right after school, I left and got out in my vehicle and sat there, you know. They locked the door, came out of it too, went to their vehicle, and they left the whole place. I was like, they're not going to stay? This is an after-school place. Why aren't they staying? So, and they asked me, like, you know, hey, how much we owe you, or something like that. And I said, again, you don't have to, because I was only there for like 5 minutes, maybe 10, you know, nothing long time or whatever. And I thought, that's for kids, help out the kids kind of thing. Because kids use this computer to get on the internet, to do whatever this is and stuff, and use Microsoft Word to write their stuff they have to do or whatever like that. And so then they would they called maybe one other time, wanted me to come down there, and I said, I'm sorry, I'm just too busy, I can't. And she says, well, if you do decide to, just call and let us know, and we'll come down there and let you in. I'm thinking, here we go with the let me in thing. I kept thinking to myself, are these people using this as a front just to get money from the government? What the hell, you know? There's no one ever there. The place doesn't even look cleaned up, you know, like, you know, sanitary enough to have kids in. I never saw one child there the whole time I was there. I just saw one computer here and one computer over there and a mess everywhere else. And I said, sorry, you know, I can't. And then, you know, they stopped calling. And, yeah. But I could have sworn they were just probably using that to just to get money off of the government or something. At least that's what I think. Alright, we need to go over to signs of portents. We need to get over there to the skirmishing thing of the Gamma Quadrant. you know, when I was working at Dollar General, the other location, you know, people would come in there and ask me computer stuff. This lady even brought me like some of her laptops every once in a while, and there were those laptops where they didn't have any hard drive space. You know, there's these HPs that came out maybe in 2016, 17 or whatever. And they're notorious for only having like maybe 4 gigs of memory, you know, or maybe 10. I'll give it that. I'll say maybe 10 gigs of hard drive space, built-in hard drive, not mechanical, not SSD or anything like that. You know, and she was wondering like why her games wouldn't install, why the screen turned black, she couldn't get any updates, and I told her, I said, well, this particular computer, these, because she had 2 of them, they'll have me look at all the time or whatever, said they don't have very much hard drive space, and you have to compensate with the hard drive space by installing little, you know, SD cards or a USB stick always just left in there. I said the SD cards probably be the best bet because you can get them for like, you know, a few gigs here, 32, 64 gig, whatever, bigger than your hard drive. Leave it in there. Allow it to be the buffer between getting the Windows updates on that so that they update and all your apps can be installed on it too, to where, you know, your hard drive is just there for Windows only, which is just what it needed to be. She said, oh, okay. So I cleaned up her computer and installed the updates and stuff using my own SD card stuff and whatever. You know, and I told her, I gave her a list, even like I typed it out, printed it out and everything of what she needed to do. Well, a few months go by. She says, it's doing it again. I'm like, doing what? She tells me. I'm like, okay, well, you remember what I told you last time? Yeah, well, yeah, I never did get that card you talked about getting. I was like, okay. So brought it to me. She paid me like, you know, $50 or whatever. I didn't set a price at the time. She just said she was going to give me $50. I was like, okay, whatever. I wouldn't even bother looking at it. But so I cleaned it all. I took off the old updates that it was bunching up, you know, because it couldn't update because there was no hard drive space. So all it could do, it downloaded as many updates as it could, ran out of space, and stalled. And then when it stalls, when Windows runs out of space and stalls, the background doesn't load. A lot of the icons for like apps and stuff or shortcuts don't load. All this other stuff messes up. It gives you errors, you know, about load disk space. And she kept telling me all about that. I was like, yes, ma'am, that's why I told you need to put this in here, do that. She said, okay, thank you. You know, I got it all working again. Well, then, you know, like that's when I lost my job down there, like a few months later, and went and got rehired within the week at the other Dollar General. And then, like, I hadn't seen this lady in like a year. She says, oh, is this where you are now? I'm like, yeah. She goes, my computers are messed up again. Can you look at them? So then I did. I looked at them again. And I cleaned them back off. Told her, you know, what she needed to do again. Wrote it all out and everything. She said, oh, yeah, I remember you telling me about that. I'm thinking, yeah. Just get you a card. She goes, well, do y'all sell these cards here? And I said, yes, we do. She goes, how much are they? And I said, well, they're like $15. Oh, no, that's too much. Like, okay. If it's too much to buy a card that could solve all your problems, you know. I mean, we had like the 64, and I told her to probably get like 128 gig one, you know. Every once in a while, just, you know, if it messes up, you get another one, you know. But, no. And I haven't heard back from her a few years now, so I guess she finally got a better computer. I don't know. But little damn HPs, man. They were the worst. I don't know what they were thinking when they made those. I think they only had just maybe the 10 gigs of space, and that's just enough for just the bare basic things of Windows. Because, you know, Windows, yes. The installer for it is like, what, 4 gigs average? 4 to 8.
Have detected a massive
And once it's expanded and installed, then that's when it spreads out. It takes all these damn room. I could not get it through her head. And it's a lot of stuff, too, like that, you know, like just normal stuff. Sometimes, like, corrupt hard drives that make noise, that are dying. People said, "Oh, I don't want to get another one." Well, if you don't, this one's going to be dead. I've worked on laptops, phones. No, I hadn't in a while, though. Because I don't really advertise that I can work on things. Because I don't have confidence in what I do. I don't know everything, every single answer to every question about them. Things have changed with computers over the years, and so I'm out of touch with it all. That's why I say I'm a novice. Even though the average user probably, yes, I'm probably more knowledgeable, but still, when it comes to all of it, no. I need to build a new computer, though. I know I've been talking about it. I just don't know where I'd even start. AMD or Intel? I gotta make a choice. Start with that. Figure out what processing power I want to use, and make it maybe a motherboard situation, then a cooling one, like what I'm gonna do for cooling. What kind of RAM? The basics, you know. I'm not even talking about like a video card. Those things cost so damn much. Ooh, somebody's got like a regular phasers. I heard that. Hydra. Hydra has yeah, I'd say that's fleet advanced phasers. I know that from my own, mister. Dude, I completely skipped my guy, didn't I? I gotta remember to go back to me. Uncommon. Didn't even try. Right? Right? Hull integrity failing. Everybody's failing. Your grades are failing.
A Hurt capital ship has joined the fight. Destroy it.
Let's get excited over bullshit. I'd say I'm one of the people that never take things seriously. Left shield's failing. Do 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 do. Ah, dang! I hit the wrong button. I'm so used to like pressing start button or whatever to go over to Streamlabs that whenever I go to press like Control or Alt or something like that, I accidentally press that. Accidental, like on a breeze. Accidentally.
We only have a minute left.
Oh no! Not a minute, no. Why can't we start this TFO off with only having 30 seconds left? That sounds good. A minute's too damn long. Gary the Klingon. I've still got damage to my ship. I completely forgot about that. Damn it. Dang it. I'm going to pass on that, thank you. A few seconds. 1 second. Yay. No matter what, I gotta get Gamma. Leave map, blue done. So you have to do green and red, I believe. RGB colors, yo. Oh, damn. Multiple capital ships complete as many Hurricane assaults as you can before this time or whatever. Is there like another instance? Yes. Good deal. So that was blue. 1 of 3. No, cancel. I just want to look at the damn map, thank you. Final assault. That one's there too. What the hell? Change. 16. Oh, damn it. It's across the whole board for some stupid reason. Shit. Three different skirmishes. That sucks. I don't want to have to do all that. Across the whole board. Damn. Okay, well, let's look through this then. While we wait. Well, I can do the ground. I need to go over to Dyson then. Can I transwarp? Yes. Transwarp, mister. Doink. Alright. And what do I have to do over here? Heal yourself, allies using method ground during combat. Okay. Who's got healing? We need science. Medical tricorder. Vascular regenerator. Oh, that could work. We already have it slotted. It'll be slower than 2, but whatever. Vascular regenerator 2. Nice. Nanite monitor. Let's do that. We'll give it 3. That should be enough. Okay. Battle zones, shuttle, something. Take me to there. What do you have slotted? Medical generator fabricator. Ooh, okay. That'll work. Okay. Battle. Axolotl, what? Wish I could be in the mood to play Minecraft. That'd be nice. Gary the Klingon does not want to be part of these proceedings, but he will try if you need him to. Let's see. Blah. Okay. I'll help capture too. The guy ran off. He did. He ran off. Medical generator fabricator. Klingon! I am Klingon, hear me roar. Damn, Gary, you get down quick, bud. Home would be a good one. Yeah. I think what I'll do first, get this pre-capture for somebody. And just go to the home mission, because that way I'll have more control over the damage. But first, let's destroy this thing. I am Gary the Klingon. You will fall in my presence. Duh. That Pluto TV had the episode of Star Trek Next Generation with Worf. Where he's like calling to Kahless, and Kahless appears in front of him. And he proves that he is genetically Kahless. But then it's like determined that we can go away with it. Vascular regenerate. Well, that might be good to keep it. Turns out like he's like a clone of the blood of Kahless or whatever.
We'll need to find their central computer.
We'll need to talk, we'll need to do this, we'll need to interrupt you when you're running towards something.
Get ready to fight.
Ready to fart. You need to get ready to fart.
Proceed with caution.
You need to shut the hell up, son. Attack! Gary the Klingon attacks everything. He runs into battle. He does not fear battle. He will run toward the danger. Oh, the danger is real here. Gary the Klingon will attack you. No, you are no match for Gary the Klingon. Shield generator. Kagan, you bastard. Kagan ice cream. Kagan ice cream. It is not fair. Security officers immediately died whenever they beamed in. Tarukan, you are a bastard. You are a bastard. Enemy combatants in close proximity. Derb, derb, derb. Kagan with the tricorder immediately. Damn radiation, man. Shit. Tucon Rex. He's like standing right there in the middle of it. It's not hurting him a bit. He's used to it. Call for help. Oh, damn it. You bastards. You are a bunch of bastards. Rin guy, you go over there. I know you don't want to stamp anywhere near this bullshit. Get him all over there. Like, I ain't about to go over there, man. What the fuck? There you go. Create that medical generator over here. Ha-ha! Ugh. So everybody else can stand in the middle of it, and I'm the one that constantly is dying. I am well. I am dead. I am well again. You are a bunch of retarded fools. Ah, a little too far. Oh, damn it. Damn it, hell. Klingon. Yeah. Oh, I got too close to the fire again. There. Kagan doesn't give a shit. 13. 13. 13. Oh, vascular regenerator, my ass. Okay. Let's change that back. Looking back, what were the years? All the things I've always meant to say. But the words you give me. Try to leave that today. Call for help. I called for help. Enemy targets on sensors, Captain. Captain Caveman. Captain. I believe I can touch it farther than you can. Easy. Easy. I will step into the fires of hell. Ah, too close. I have died yet again. Ugh. Place it down one more time. I shall be victorious. I have won! The radiation is not going to hurt me anymore. Is there like a where that ever came from thing or something? Where did that even come from? Neonites. I will be back now. Goodbye. Blink. He's like, see y'all losers later. Hurricane invasion, 22 seconds remaining. Nice. Okay. Got that. Endeavors is blinking again. Oh boy. Oh boy. Ooh, shield hardness. Let's do that. Yes. Yes. We click on that one. Get that right there. Ooh, is that purple? Nope. I'm just here. The Hurricane regrouping battle reset in 5. Okay. So for a minute or so, we're gonna do this right here. Cannon, banana, final for cannon. Da 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 da. Brrrr. So we at rank 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1. Okay. That's not going too bad. Sexploration. Explicitly. Reputation, discovery, collect. Collect. Reward. They gonna have a reward, boy. Reward. No. Dyson, might as well. New Romulus, not old Romulus, but new Romulus. Nukara. And Discovery. Because Terran is no longer therein. Then she died down low. Okay, we did blue. We need to go down here to breaking the nebula. Oh, breaking the circus or some shit. Okay. Circus? Surface. Who knows anymore? Firehead, mister. What factor 1? Well, no wonder we're not going fast. We're going down, man. We're going down. We seem to be in an awkward position here. See if we can straighten her out to go a little faster. Boom, boom, oh. So much for my saggy rear end. Let's talk this over. It's not like we're dead. Was it something I did? Was it something you said? Don't... Oh! How fast are they going? I thought I saw like this super trail. One time when I was over here, they, someone just like jetted by me like going super fast. I don't know what the hell. It was like they were shooting like a comet or something. What the hell? What in the hell, mister? I don't think I've ever really noticed this here. I know there's the way to the gamma from that or something, but... or whatever. Hello. Hello there. I have found you. You are now mine. Oh, so much for my saggy rear end. Da 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 da. Now that I think about it, one of my officers, whenever I get near the Dyson one over there, it always has like this thing about gamma. Gamma, 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 chameleon.
A Herc dreadnought is being be advised. A Herc dreadnought. A Herc.
A heartbeat. 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 You. Heartbeat. Ship's under attack. Damn it. Please state the nature of your emergency. I am Gary the Klingon. Sometimes I spawn on top of people and the result in both of us being catapulted straight up. Cool story, brah. You are not Gary the Klingon.
Excellent work. That's one less dreadnought to worry about.
The USS Pizza Cutter. Okay, so blue, green. No, wait. We were at red. We need to do green. Green! Gary the Klingon. Do 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 boom. Do 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 boom bucka ding ding ba ba do ba do boo boo. Do 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 do. Inspector Gadget. Do 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 do. Inspector Gadget. Go Gadget go. Do 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 do. Go Gadget go. Inspector Gadget. Ooh. 18. None. Bum-ba-da-bum-ba-dum. Spire, set them beside her. Spy, set them beside her. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-huh. Oh my. Oh my. And how? Oh my. Sonic a boom, Sonic a boom, Sonic boom, Sonic boom, Sonic boom. You got fire, you got fire, you got flame. You got fire, you got fire, you got flame, you got... Now the world ain't gonna change, yeah, you're on easy street. And we'll be banging out the biggest champagne. Lieutenant. 250. Someone told me long ago, there's a calm before the storm, you bastard. And I know, I've been there before. Shanna UV something, whatever. Lieutenant, hello, yeah, Bill. Are you still in the fleet? Yesterday and days before. Squirtle! Talking away. Oh, I don't know what time to say. I'll say it anyway. The Herc this, the Herc that, blah 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 blah. The Herc me, huh? Oh no, the Herc, no. Oh no, not the Herc, no. Earth did. At him. Boom. Boom diada, boom diada, boom diada, boom diada, diada, boom diada, boom diada, boom diada, dun dun, ba da da ha and so. I do not have an emergency. The toilet paper is no longer on board. I must find where this toilet paper is. Captain's log. It was very long. It was about 4 centimeters wider than usual. A usual turd is around. Please state nature emergency, okay, alright. Please state nature emergency, alright. Please state nature emergency, okay. Please state nature emergency. Fire. Y'all done make me lose my mind. Up in here, up in here. Y'all done make me lose my food. Y'all done make me act a fool. Up in here, up in here. And here, yeah, and here. Over there, and over there, yes. Hello there. I'm being tailed. I don't care, mister. I don't care about my shield. Talking away. Oh, I don't know what I'm to say. I'll say it anyway. Today's another day to find you shying away. Oh, I'll be coming for your love, okay? I'll take on me. Take on me. Take me on. Oh, I'll be. Did we do it? Yay, 10 gamma marks.
Well done. The destruction of that flagship will slow the
But we
Herc
lost. How is it well done if we lost?
Well done.
I mean, it completely got solid red. Okay, never mind. Red's good, I guess. I don't know. I just live in a van down by the river or something. Hey, I live in van by the river. Yes, van by the river. Yeah, Captain. Van by the river. I don't believe it, Captain. Chekhov checked out, yo. Quonos. There's an invisible R there. Crow. Quonos. It's Quo. I've got a speech impediment. It's Quonos. Nice. Quonos. Beam to Klingon Academy. The right prices every day. Academy. Hello again, officer. Damn it, Jim. Damn it, Jim, I'm a doctor, not a doctor. Damn it, Jim, I'm a biologist, squad officer, security guard, security. We're gonna make that security guard turn into 3 people. Okay, we're deleting a bunch of our shit going on here. Let's see. Deflector, biologist, biochemist, armory officer, gravimetric officer, advisor officer, blah, 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 blah. Let's get rid of the advisor. That way we get a lot more people in to throw away, you see. Roster. Do I have advisors, though? I don't have any more advisors now. I got rid of my only advisor. Now I'm advisor-less. Yeah. What am I gonna do now? No. I have no advisor. You bitch, you got problems. I know, right? I know, isn't it fun? Haha, select all. Yes. Yeah. Nope. Okay. A Quaffer Spaniel. Quaffer. Australian for beer. Civilian officer. Chef, bartender, Okay, let me narrow it down here. Bartender. We have one bartender that we only need. We have 2 of the same chef. We got 1 chef there. We got a chef there. We got 1. Let's have 2 chefs. We got that guy. We got this lady. We need to get rid of that guy. Okay. Civilian officer. 9, 10. I stand by. Entertainer, trader, chef. Bartender, trader. Okay, that's good for now. We'll leave him alone.
Requi890 says, Yo Scorp, I have used your TARDIS green screens. They're sick.
They're sick? I'm sorry. Did they run a fever? Rippic. Rippic guy? Hello. Welcome to here. How are you? Welcome to the middle of the film. They are sick. They are ill. They need treatment. Leaving the bartender. K13. I mean, like, still to this day? Or within years or something? Medic, we'll get rid of him. TARDIS. Retardus. That was fun making that. Actually, here on Twitch, years ago, whenever I was playing around with making that in 3ds Max, I still have like the highlighted video. It's low resolution because way back then, you know.
Rupiqui890 says, I'm alright mate, but I'm ill Oswell LMAO. I threw up like 7 times on Sunday.
Ew. Was it good vomit or bad vomit? Did it make you go?
Rupiqui890 says, no, the green screens are still good mate.
They still hold up, huh? Nice. Well, that sucks. Threw up like 7 times on Sunday. Like the whole day or like back to back? That sucks. Is it COVID? That's still like a thing happening? I'm so like out of. I know in my area there's a stomach bug, the flu, and allergies due to pollen right now. But other than that, no. Well, maybe, hopefully you feel better. You know.
Rupiqui890 says, no, just a bug.
Oh, wow. That bug must be traveling. How is it that bugs do that? You know, like...
Rupiqui890 says, thankfully not COVID.
Ew. That's good. I'm glad it's not COVID. I need to go back to my my Ushanka character. And, whoa, hello there. How are you doing there, buddy? You got something in your eye there, son. Okay. Let's go back. Oh, well, I need to go to my main character to do some stuff. Stuff. I had fun making that TARDIS, though. It's not hard. I mean, it's just a box, you know. The hard part was making the textures, I would say. Because you making wooden textures.
Rupiqui890 says, there's a potential it might be food poisoning, but I don't really think it is.
You never know these days. I know that a school that's near where I'm at, they had a lot of reports of soured milk that had made a lot of the kids at that school sick here recently. You never know, though. You never know, mister. You never know. Tomorrow, I'm going to have to make him earn some credits somewhere. That's going to suck. Let's go ahead and just take him to Dyson right now. Beam me up, mister. Beam up.
Rupiqui890 says, Yug.
Yuck. Yuck. Now, let's see. Beam. Let's depart system. Snotty. Let's beam out of here. Hurr.
Rupiqui890 says, thankfully I'm not in the US.
You're not in the US? Yeah. Well, I don't know. There's just so much that keeps going on around everywhere. Why is that highlighted? That it's just kind of impossible to stay away from bad stuff these days. Zone. No, you are, mister. Let's try to start shit. It's fun. Well, yeah, do you recall anything that you may have eaten that caused maybe some food poisoning? Or have there been, like, people around you that have been sick with the stomach bug that may have lasted a day or so?
Rupiqui890 says, yes.
Yeah.
Rupiqui890 says, oysters.
Oh, yeah. Gotta watch that stuff there. Dyson Sphere. Dyson. I'm coming after all of you, mister. Let's see. Beam him to ground. It's been a while. And I think I will run through like a little dice and stuff for this character. Of course, it wouldn't be that hard for me to get dilithium because he's like got a few thousand of everything, but I don't want to have to just use it up for that. I like to have it just in case, you know, emergency stash. Emergency. Someone just got hit by a car. What? Be very, very quiet. A-time wabbit. Let's see if these people are smart. Smart. Mister? The headward factor none. Oh, we gotta turn like on auto and everything because I haven't done that in a while. Fire. I need to swap out the axe that I have with length time, high time with. Oh yeah, I got a red alert going on at the moment. Let's play.
890 says, "Do you play guitar?"
I have never played the guitar. I've never really played any instrument. I suck. Oh, I suck. I couldn't even tell you, like, how to even start playing guitar. Yeah, I got her. I got her. Guitar. Guitar.
890 says, F.
I know, right? Such a loser. I'm such a loser. Or well, he doesn't want to play right now. There we go. There we go. I so love that. I kept it in my head and I was like, I'm going to make that happen. And I did. I made it happen. Just making things happen is what I do. Making the impossible possible. We having troubles here. We're having trouble. Kick him in the ass, mister. You've got him on the run, Crichton.
Rupiqui 890 says, "If you ever want to learn guitar, hey, raise something to motivate you. I learned the Bohemian Rhapsody solo in 7 months of playing."
Wow.
Rupiqui 890 says, "But that's because of a lot of practice."
Yes. Practicing is what makes things more perfect.
Rupiqui 890 says, "And I mean a lot."
A lot. A lot. A whole lot. With a capital H. A whole. What? That's cool. And that's like a hard one too, right? Like that riff that he does. Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? Caught in a landslide, no escape from reality. Open your eyes, look up to the skies and see.
Rupiqui 890 says, "Yeah, it is quite hard."
So you think you can stone me and spit in my eye? There now.
Rupiqui 890 says, "I still haven't got the intro down yet."
You'll get it. You're one of them there musicians. You can figure it out.
Rupiqui 890 says, "You're gonna get copyright claimed, stop."
Oh man, I forgot to even do like the event part too. Damn, I need to do that. I'll probably do that in this character. When you said copyright, it made me think. So on this game, at a certain level or whatever you play on, they have a song by Steppenwolf, and to not get copyright claimed or whatever for YouTube, I just started blabbling a bunch of random nonsense during the song, and it came out clean on YouTube, like no claim or anything, even though the music's playing. It just started to like sound like a moron to get it done. Get her did. Got her done. Right? And copyright claimers are crazy. Claimers? Copyright claimer? Ooh. Damn it, mister. We've got this here. Come on.
Repeat890 says, fair play, mate.
Fair play. Hello there, mate. Are you in Australia? Either that or Britain. Mate. Good eye. New Zealand. Beef jerky. The tiny, the toony, they're all a little loony. In this cartoony, they're invading your TV. I'll kick you on the ass, mister. No, you won't.
Repeat890 says, no, I'm Welsh.
Ah. There we go. Got him in the back. Oh. Huh. The color of your name just changed. Weird. Weird, man. Man, that's weird, man. Damn it. Stop shooting at me, mister. Stop shooting at me, mister. I'll shoot you back. Fire. Request reinforcements. Alright, cool. Raw. How's the weather been over that way? There's a bunch of birds in the sky, and some deers just went running by. Oh, the snow's sore and white on the earth, rich and brown. Just another Sunday morning in my quiet mountain town. The sun is shining and the grass is green under the 3 feet of snow I mean.
Repeat890 says, SQUID1 SQUID2 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 SQUID3 SQUID2 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 SQUID4. Repeat890 says, mad.
Right? A squid.
Repeat890 says, weather is a bit dead YK.
Okay. It's a bit stormy in my area. Cloudy.
Repeat890 says, bit rainy and cloudy just every day.
Interesting. 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 Fire. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dinner dinner. Dinner dinner. Are you a Star Trek fan? Have you played this game? Star Trek Online. Star Trek Online. It's fun for everyone. It's not really that challenging. It's longevity. It works out for me. I like it. I like it. I just have to remember to do that right there. Okay. Please. Yes. Oh no, I do need to use my other character to get this. Or get that. That's right, because it gives away fleet marks, and I need fleet marks for the Klingon fleet. Fleet marks. If we're going to speak like Shatner, you have to marks. Mister? So what brings you to this
Rupiquis890
area
says,
here?
I mean, I don't really like it, but it seems like a cool game for fans of the series.
Ah. So what brought you on over to watching me play tonight, day, evening, morning? Good morning, night. Ning. Depending on what time it is. Just randomly viewing Twitch and said, "Oh, I recognize that name." Or just see stuff on YouTube.
Rupiquis890 says, mate, I have an ad LMAO.
You have an ad. Yeah, it automatically plays an ad. An ad. I've tried to adjust it to where it won't do that kind of stuff, but it's out of my hands. Fire. Attack. Attack, mister. Attack. Attack. Kill it. Kill. Kill it. And once again, we have captured the zone using this Star Trek personality. Star Trek. Star Trek Online. You know, I need to make some more emotes for Twitch. I just haven't gotten around to doing that yet. I have not gotten around to doing a lot of things because I'm lazy. Or Peter Gibbons, it's not that I'm lazy, it's that I just don't care. Run! Run, Rudolph! Santa's got to make it to town. You turn off the frost boots. What kind of games do you like to play?
Rupiquis890 says, score put tribble.
That's right. Tribble. Tribble, tribble, toil and tribble. Fire burning, cauldron bibble. Double, double, toil and trouble. Fire burning, cauldron pop. Gravy. Let's see, we can start doing some of these again for him. That's to get the dilithium. Dilithium. Orc phases on stun, you bastard. Okay. Everyone knows it's Butters. Flyball.
Rupiquis890 says, I play F1, Minecraft, Forza, Rocket League, some other games.
Ah. I haven't played Minecraft in a while. Not since like the newest update. Haven't found like a... I get sometimes too involved in it and I run out of time and it frustrates me, so I'm just like, don't start anything. You won't get frustrated, you know, kind of situation. But sometimes it just happens. Okay, I need to swap back over to my Klingon. Gary the Klingon. He is Gary the Klingon, and he is proud to be Klingon. Go build a model rocket. And go to events, model rocket. This will be 7 of 14. 7 more days later, and get the reward. Nice. Nah. Forza. I've played Forza before. Rocket League. Don't think I've played that. I've never played some other games. I don't know what category is some other games are. I'm kidding. I've been playing a lot of Halo, though, like, you know, regular PC Halo. Not Master Chief Collection. None of that stuff, but just like the ones that I've had installed for years. Like Halo CE or PCCE, Combat Evolved / Custom Edition. And recently got my Halo 2 Vista working to where I can play it online too as a Project Cartographer version or something. But look, Karate Shot. Hello there, mister. Collect parts. We will go collect parts. I will build a model rocket. I am Klingon. Ha-ha! Okay, why did we get the blade out? We have no idea. It's just he's prepared for battle all the time.
One of the parts has given you quite a shock.
Give me quite a shock. Gary the Klingon has combat exhaustion. He's got a few concussions. 6 things of internal bleeding. He's doing pretty bad for himself. Let's see. Muscular tears, radiation sicknesses, all that kind of good shit. He's doing pretty good. He's got concussions.
Rupiqui890 says, "You've been on YouTube for a long time. I just realized."
Yep.
Looks like an extra part got separated from the pile.
Ooh, I can get that. Yeah, I've been on there for a while. Whole parts. Yeah.
Rupiqui890 says, January 12th, 2006.
Wow, it'll almost be like...
Rupiqui890 says, bloody hell.
Yep, and I've gotten nowhere with it. Isn't that great? No, actually, one time, before they changed up the partnership program for YouTube, I mean, I did have the requirements for it back then, but they've changed since then, so it caused like, you know, me to not be partner, but it doesn't matter. I mean, I don't really care to be partner on there. They don't do anything really, so I don't have to like sponsor things or nothing like that. Yep, been on there a while. But you know, anyone that's had like a Google account, it's had, well, that was before Google, YouTube. They merged together whenever Google bought them out. But anyone's got one.
You found a hull part.
I found a hull part. Oh boy. I found a hull part. I haven't put much on there though. Like over the years, just a few things off and on. This whole series of playing this game is on there. But I've only put it on there because it's like an archive type thing. Since on Twitch, a video disappears after so many days. Unless you highlight it. But why would want to highlight somebody playing a boring game?
This hull part wasn't useful.
You're not right, it was not useful. Stabilizer. Okay, I need to go over here to stabilizer parts. And right there. Oh. I've still got like
Stabilizer part wasn't useful. Keep searching.
I forget how long I've been on Twitch.
Stabilizer part wasn't useful. Keep searching.
But even though, like I said earlier, I have one video that's been on there ever since I started, which has been years ago before the how it is now. Of me building that TARDIS, very low quality.
Rupiqui890 says, mate, what was YouTube like back then?
Back then, man, we walked up both hills naked with 2 shoes each on foot.
Looks like an extra part got separated from the pile.
It was a lot more fun, I would say. You know, a lot better for certain things. Quality was lower, though. I mean, 480p was like the max then. So uploading, say, like a little video file or something like that was easier. You can actually have done it from a phone that wasn't a smartphone. You know, just a regular phone you record things with.
God, I'm lagging.
And God said unto him, you are lagging, my son.
Rupiqui890 says, it's stuck JK on one screen.
This engine part wasn't useful. Keep searching.
I don't know why. Sometimes it's like that.
Rupiqui890 says, halt the YouTube explanation.
Halt the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn king, he was born. Pizza
this
on
engine
it.
part wasn't useful. Keep searching.
Keep searching, mister. Oh no! Oh no! We'll have to find another pile.
The collection.
Damn it! Alright, we're gonna go ahead and turn the volume off for that. Because we know what's going to happen
890
there.
says, so what was YouTube like back then?
YouTube was very interesting back then. Videos were smaller. The maximum resolution was like 480p. So uploading them was faster. You know. You could upload one from a phone that was not really a smartphone. But there wasn't like a flip phone or anything, which flip phones did work. Any flip phone that you would actually record a video with, you could email it to YouTube on your video stuff, and it would you can post a video that way back then. It was very interesting, very, very interesting, very. But I didn't really use it that much for things. I mean, you'll notice that some of the videos I have on there are of a lower quality, and that's because of when it was a low quality back then. It was okay, but now it's like massive. You know, you have to have like supercomputers to upload these days, which is not much. This is that part where it plays the Steppenwolf
Stream
song.
Elements says, at Rapiqui 890, Scorpwana has been streaming for 3 hours 29 minutes. Rapiqui 890 says, Jesus.
Jesus? I heard he was a Jew. Let's see. Ooh, how far did mine go? I am yellow. My rocket was yellow. Let's see how far that went. I have the volume turned off for this because the music playing would cause a copyright claim infringement thing on YouTube. Damn, why is it taking so long? Oh, there it is. Okay. Fleet marks. Yes. And yellow. I'm gold/gold. Damn, I didn't win. Damn. I'm so sad now. Jesus. Yeah, that's not as long as most people do stream, though. I mean, a lot of people have streamed this game, like, for all day long. But me, I don't. Because, you know, you kind of get burned out of playing it after so long, or I do, and then I stop and I come back and do little things here and there.
Rapiqui 890 says, mate, I was asleep 3 hours ago LMAO.
Wow. What time is it there for you? It is 1:30 a.m. Tuesday morning for me, where I'm at. Go back to the holdings, go there, nope, nope, nope. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, then swap back over to the other character. Ushanka. We were a ship. That was interesting. We were a ship there for a second. Aha! I see it. Ah, he's a ship. I am a giant. Take on me, take me out. Alright, need to go back to that. Starbase. Expertise, yes, she's got millions. Why not? She does none of those. She's got fleet credits, so that's awesome. Still need dilithium. Damn it. Damn it, Jim. I'm a doctor, not a doctor. How many fleet? Oh, okay, so she's got... That's not bad. Okay. Non-civilian. Might as well throw that guy away. Alright. Alright, okay, alright. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Ain't that right? Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Oh, ma. Okay, wins. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, she's got colonists. Let's do that. 5. Okay, we did embassy next. Civilian duty officers, just advisors than a chef. Okay, no. There, no. No. Oh my. Oh my, starry-eyed surprise. Sundown to sunrise. Dance all night. We're gonna dance all night. Dance all night to this DJ. Dance all night to this DJ. Tonight, the stars. Tonight, I'm seeing stars. Tonight, stars. Tonight. Ha! Once again, I find myself with my friends, dancing the night away. It's like the party never ends. But in the end, we don't want it to stop, cause the night goes on. It goes sweatbox, laser beams, flashing lights, butterflies, Miss from Mars, dressed in stars and stripes. Let's see. I'm just looking at what's going on with everything. Okay, no. Okay, I think I'm at a stopping point for the stream. And the average that I stream is about maybe 3.5 hours to 4, depending. And damn, and I will stream no more.
Bubbles8998 says, best followers, primes and viewers on mountviewers.com. Remove the space.
No, thank you, Bubbles. I do appreciate the bot, but how about no? No bot, thank you. Oh, thank you very much. Okay. Let's see. I've accomplished everything I wanted to do in the stream for this game tonight. Yeah. I mean, I do have the other characters that I could do, but nah. Well, all 5 of them. I got 5 extra characters. Oh no! Oh no! Buy some more slots. Hello, Yoshonka. Yes. Alright. Gonna end her there. Well, I do appreciate that you showed up from randomly finding me out there. Rippic guy. 890. I'll remember that. And hopefully those TARDIS green screens have done you some joy over the years. I've not made one of those in a very long time, even though I still have the files. I still have the files for the 3rd Doctor's TARDIS as well that someone requested at one time. Yeah. Thank you for popping in. Sorry it wasn't for so long for me, but you know, Shadow Wing. Hope you're doing better, because I know that kind of pain, and it's actually suffering. Well, RA and fibromyalgia together, that's a suffering. And then, like, in years you said you'll be paralyzed. That sucks ass. I don't like that. I don't like that can happen to someone. But okay, well, I will be back online. So subtract 3 hours or 3.5 hours from now from where you are in the world, and that's when I'll start streaming again tomorrow. or the next time I stream, which is usually 10 p.m. my time. It's either 9 or 10 p.m. depending on what I'm doing that day. Usually I'm working, I get home, and then all of a sudden it's like 10 o'clock, and that's when I start. So usually about 3 hours, maybe 2.5 to 3.5 hours is about my average stream time. Because then I kind of run out of things to do, because the game itself kind of runs to Bourville for me, after so long. May get on and play a little Halo later, who knows. I need to sleep, but I have this problem with not going to sleep when I need to. May even pop back on the game again, off stream, of course. This stream will go over to YouTube for archiving purposes. All right. Well, I'll see everyone tomorrow, I guess. And those who just popped in and said hello today, that's great. Or tonight, rather. Those that weren't here, that are usually here, I know there's you have a life. I'm just here to play the game. If people want to watch, they can watch. If not, whatever they want to do. If they want to watch me be boring, I'm not going to be like Armana Roth, or what is it? How do you pronounce that? Damn it, I never can pronounce it. Armana Roth, and just have like a sleeping where you watch someone sleep. It's kind of weird. It's just like someone standing next to someone's bed, just going, But yeah. So, good night, good morning, and good day to everyone out there. I will be back again in, say, 21 hours. 20 to 21 hours, depending on where you are in the world. Well, it'll still be the same. I mean, hours are always the same, right? Like, no matter where you are, we still all go by 24 hours a day. Well, it's 24 point whatever, but it averages out 24. Unlike a year, it's like 365.25. Why is it 0.25 exactly? Isn't that weird? Okay, anyway. Well, it's probably not exactly. It's just the clock is weird. I'm rambling. It's time for me to leave. Yeah. Okay. Gonna end this one off with another red shirt. So I'll type that. I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. How about a Captain Kirk?
Repeat. The imposter is not to be injured.
William Shatner, everybody. And that's why he was captain of the Enterprise. Alrighty then. Everyone take care. If you're feeling down, blue, hopefully tomorrow.
Officer Rabbit 77 says, "Ahoy, Captain NN."
Ahoy! I was just ending my stream. How you doing?
Everyone knows it's butter.
Let me.
I'm sorry that you got here when I was getting off. Not that kind of getting off. Everybody has a dirty mind. But you can, if you want, rewatch. I keep it on Twitch. Archiving.
Officer Rabbit 77 says, "Good mate, hope you're well too. Okay, have a good sleep."
Oh man, that's sad. That's sad that you just popped on there and said, "Oh boy," and then like, "Oh, they're leaving. Damn it." Well, you can go watch Trezander. He's pretty good at Star Trek. He's got a big community there, and it's worth watching. He keeps it interactive more so than I do. I kind of just ramble and go off into nowhere. So yeah, I'm sorry. Just popped in and I'm leaving, but them's the breaks, and I need to go to bed. But I'll be back again, like I said, within 20 to 21 hours from now, which is whenever my next stream will be, because I stream like once a day. I can't stop for some reason. It just happens. So, yeah. Maybe it'll be better that time. Anyway. Good night, everybody. Good morning, everybody. And a 5 count. And 5.
Officer Rabbit 77 says,
3.
07.
2. 07 to you too, sir. Or madam. Person. 3. 2. 1. Salute. With the middle finger. That's usually where it ends up. I don't know why. Alright. See y'all later.